'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mamma, in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew with a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave a lustre of midday to objects below. When what to my wondering eyes did appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, with a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment he must be Saint Nick. Hello everybody, welcome to the Dice and Die.
Where did that come from?
I was waiting for the twist where like the dragon.
Yeah, I was waiting for the knob joke.
I was waiting for viewers.
Yeah, viewers. Yeah, well,
Not a single person to see that.
I don't think they did.
you'll have to download the podcast, won't you guys? But no. Welcome to the Dice and Die. Merry Christmas, everybody. If everything goes to plan, it is like around Christmas.
June, isn't it?
Probably June time. I don't know. But
One of us is probably dead. We'll see what happens.
my name's Luke. I'm your host, your DM, your Jim, your best buddy, your long lost twin brother, who your mother lost in the supermarket when you were a child and never told you about. Tonight,
Like a shit version of Blood Brothers.
yeah, I am
Hard in Tesco's.
joined by the wonderful Gavin Bourne.
Oi,
Oi, you alright, mate?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Off work this week, so
Again?
fucking lovely. Yep. And the Christmas pods are going to be closed because we are now going into tier 3.
Ah, you
Lovely.
are, you poor
Yep.
fuckers. Tier 3. We're still
Oh, are you not?
no, we're tier 2 still, but I don't know if that'll last or not. Who knows? Lisa, who knows? Lisa Horton.
Hello.
How are you, madam?
I'm alright. I just opened the wrong character sheet. That was stupid, wasn't it? Hey, I'm alright. I'm good.
Good.
I'm absolutely knackered today.
Yeah. I am too. I kept on saying to Natasha tonight, like, I feel like it's a Friday. I was like, oh, can't believe it's only Tuesday. I kept on thinking, oh, I'm going to crack open that wine. I like just want to chill out, you know. And I'm like, oh no, shit, it's Tuesday. It's D&D night. Like, I can't go to bed early. No, that's not true. I said to Shaun just before we went live. I've been looking forward to this all week since last week when we recorded the first kind of half or 2 episodes of this. Oh, mate, I've been gagging to get back into this all week long. So, and Shaun, who is our guest DM for the evening, I should have said
GGM, as they say.
He puts the G in GM.
If it's in you, we'll find it, or whatever that fucking...
Gangster Master.
Well, I've been really, obviously, quite excited
Gangster
about
man.
doing these for the last few weeks. But again, like, today has just gone the other way. Like, I've got a job booked in tomorrow that I'm not properly... all my batteries haven't charged up for, and I've got all of that to pack.
Vibrators.
Yeah, and then I've been Santa all day for the second day in a row, so my voice is shot to shit. And at the same time, I've got a cold and/or COVID, so you know, fingers crossed for the cold. But yeah,
How's
it's like-
Santa been? All right, has it been fun? Are you enjoying it?
do you know what? It's like first shift was really fun getting used to it. But now it's the routines are the same and I'm used to it. Like I've been having a bit more fun with it just to keep myself entertained. But like it's been great. It's been like really good feedback. Still like no complaints from anyone or anything. There's always a moaner, isn't there? But it's been really fun.
That's not funny, but you don't really want. Like, it's probably the one job in the entire world where you really don't want to get complaints. Like it's one.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
Santa.
like I'm not going to mention who I work for or anything, but I think we're already a Santa down.
Really?
So, yeah, when a replacement come in. I'll leave it as that.
You're
But,
drinking
yeah,
on the job or something.
scrap. Yeah, I think just
Bad
who knows?
Santa.
I don't know. Bad Santa. But
So,
you know,
have
you
you had
think we
any
wouldn't get-
interesting
I've had
comments?
some absolute wankers come through. Like everyone's been great, but every now and again you get like the odd one, and it's like what? Like why? Why did you? Clearly this was an accident because you clearly do not want children. Like why are you here? Like why have you gone through the effort of bringing them here? So today. So the other week I had these two mums come in with their two kids. Kids were great. The kids were a bit naughty, bit rude, but all right. But it's not their fault. They're not doing any different to what they know. But the mums were so rude. They're like, we did the photo and everything, and we have our own camera set up. But sometimes they take a few on their phone and whatever. That's fine. But they were literally. I was talking to one of the kids, and the other one was smiling after we'd done ours, and I just got Santa, look, Santa, like. Like, do you know what? You nearly got a left hook off Santa, love, because don't fucking talk to me like that. It's like I'm entertaining your kid. And today, oh, I was so annoyed. Everything went well. Got to the last bit. I'm just about to say goodbye. We tried for the photo, and there was a younger kid she was carrying, and he was a bit nervous about getting down. I was like, well, let's do one all together. I was like, and then I was just about to say goodbye. But I went, you know what? Let's try one with just the kids. We'll give it a go. He's not crying at the minute, so let's try it. And she answered her phone, and she went, "Oh, sorry." And I was like, "Oh, that's all right." Yeah, like it seemed important. Maybe Nan was stuck outside or something. And then she just spoke, and I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I'm chatting away to the kid, just filling time. I've done all my shit. I've said all my stuff. I've run out of things to say.
It's like repeating yourself. Like...
And I just kept looking at her going, put him down and at least we can fucking get on with this while you're on the phone. And she was like, oh, sorry. And was talking about what shift she can do or some shit. And I'm just sat there talking to this kid who was bewildered as fuck, not knowing what's going on. It's ruined his day. And honestly, 10 minutes. And I'm sitting there. I've been told by my head elf that I've got to hurry the fuck up because there's a queue now. I'm like, I don't know what to do. All I've got to do is say goodbye. Like, she won't leave. She's on her phone. Like, oh, I was fuming. So angry. What's wrong with people? Merry Christmas.
I hate that whole thing where you go into a shop and someone's like at the till chatting on their phone, and I'm like, I try not to do it. I really try my hardest, but the worst is when you go into like, say for instance, like a corner shop somewhere, and they're chatting on the phone while they're serving you, and they're not even looking at you.
They don't give a shit.
When they take your money off you, and I'm just like, my fucking God, get off the fucking phone.
Yeah, that always annoys me as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
the worst one I had.
Yeah, go on.
I went into the co-op in Marks Gate where I used to live, and I gave the woman my money. She got the change out, put it in her hand, coughed on it, and then gave me the change. I was like, my fucking God, seriously?
People are fucking horrible, aren't they?
No, that's nothing. Like, I've seen it all working in pubs. I mean, I know that Sean, you've worked in pubs, but the other guys probably have as well.
I've never worked in a pub.
The worst one ever, you'd see all the fucking geezers coming in who think they're all fucking like hard as nuts, you know. They walk in on the Friday afternoon after finishing work, and they're all in their sweaty work gear with their mates, and they've got, and you know, they'll just blatantly just put their hands in their fucking pants and just play with their balls while talking to their mates, and then they'll hand over some money to you behind the bar, and you're like, do you want to go and maybe wash your hands first before you give me herpes?
Like, just before contact.
There's a reason you're fiddling with your balls. Go and get a checkup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. I don't think you've lived until you've cleared human shit up from the floor of a changing room.
Amazing.
Yeah. Well, no,
every single shop I've ever worked in, people shit and piss in changing rooms.
That's
even when you have
something.
toilets, whether you have toilets or not,
they'll still do it.
Sometimes you'll get to the end of the day and you'll move the little stool that's in the changing rooms and just, oh God, find a present left behind for you. The one that used to happen all the time was you'd get women come in who would pay with cash from their bra. So like the dankest, sweatiest bit of their body, and like, you know, coins, everything, just like, there you go.
Where was this?
Thank you. Every shop I've ever worked in happened in like all 3 retail jobs I've ever had.
Are they recruiting?
You're not allowed to go in and get the change for them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So just, ew. I don't want warm, wet change.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Soggy. Yeah, I suppose
No,
now all the notes are dry wipe at least, aren't they?
Well, it's contactless now as well.
I did enjoy working in retail, though, I must admit.
Parts of it. Parts of working in pubs were great. I love the customer service. That's why I work in customer service now. Like I absolutely love, like, when it's good, it's good. It's real fun kind of messing with customers and stuff. But and now I don't have to deal with them face to face, or I don't have to deal with drunks, which is nice. But yeah, mate, like parts of it are awful. The hours for starters, and the fact that you get treated like slave labour is horrible.
I think the trouble is you just remember the shit ones, don't you? And a shit one can really ruin your whole day. And
Absolutely.
that is one of the things about those.
I only worked in retail from the age of 18 to 19. I think I left school, done retail for a year. So actually, it was probably 17 to 18, and then I got an apprenticeship. And I've worked in like building maintenance and like the building trade ever since. So I'm not known any different. Yeah,
It's some people. I don't know. It's like it bewilders me. Like, just because you're working, you suddenly become not a human being.
Absolutely.
It's like they will talk to you. Like, we've had an absolute nightmare the last few weeks because there's like 3 tiers of management, because I work for a company who make the actual grotto. They put them all over the country. And then obviously their boss is the shopping centre. So we've got 2 levels going on. So we tell everyone that for the photographs, I'm very sorry, but they have to wear masks. They can't sort of take them off to smile and all that. And it's like the shopping centre posted online, "Oh, it's fine, you can drop your mask for the photo." And I'm like, hello, no, it's not. Like, I'm the one in the fucking room.
Yeah.
And then, so now people are like, well, everyone come yesterday and they had their masks off. So I sort of said to someone, I was like, well, it's up to the Santa. It's a very Santa-specific rule. I'm very sorry. And they were like, oh, well, we'll go to the other one then. Like, oh, wait, hold on. Like, you can't just leave this room, take your kid into another Santa. You may fuck that kid's Christmas up forever.
Yeah.
If you do that, Like,
why is there 2 Santas?
And the other Santa had about 30 years on me as well, Like, I don't. These people are weird. I don't
Crazy.
understand.
Yeah, that's something else. That is, I don't know. But yeah, I've had my fair share of poo, Lisa. My first management job when I was working in the area's got a bit of a bad name for it, but it was a Hungry Horse. It was a restaurant pub, not even like the Aspen Tree, right? It was a proper nice destination pub, mostly restaurant with tiny little. We called it a sports bar, but it wasn't really. And there was 2 toilets, 2 not bathrooms, toilets. One near the front door for the bar, and then one down in the restaurant. And like an L-shaped bar. And one day, like this guy, like, as they were leaving, came down and he stops me at the bar and he was like, "Oh, you want to have a look at that toilet, mate? It's fucking disgusting in there." And I was like, "Okay, all right. I'm sorry. I'll go check it out now." And I went down there into the restaurant, which is like the nice toilets, inverted commas. And as I walked into, this is the gents, literally, it's like that scene from like, is it Dumb and Dumber, when it's just like shit everywhere. It's like on the wall. It's like it's everywhere. Yeah. Someone literally, like, in the urinal, there was shit in the urinal hanging out.
Well, like someone had a dirty protest in.
Yeah, and then on the, like, where the sinks are and you get the big mirror, there was like 3 sinks and a massive mirror above it. Someone had clearly smeared it with a piece of tissue all over it, drawing around in circles, with the tissue still stuck to the mirror hanging off of it, like. And then into the actual cubicle itself, there was again poo on the floor, poo on the toilet seat, like, it's everywhere. And I just went, yeah, I'm glad that I've got 2 toilets, and I just locked the door, it, put an out of order sign on it, and I was like, everyone could use the other toilets tonight. And then, it was mental. That's
not even funny. Like, I wouldn't mind if it was funny. Like, funny.
Can you imagine where it'd be if someone walked in and caught you doing it, though?
Yeah.
It's just like, that's a long process.
While you're doing this, and then all of a sudden it's like, hi.
Exactly.
What the actual fuck are you doing, mate?
But yeah.
Oh.
That was horrible. Yeah, and I cleaned it up. You know, like I locked it off, and then at the end of the night, I cleaned it. I cleared it up as best as I could, like, and just sprayed like. Psych says, "How the hell did you disinfect it?" Like, literally, we had like the pink spray that's like proper hardcore stuff. And I sprayed it all down. And in the morning, I had to open up in the morning, and the cleaners were like, "Oh, I can't believe you cleaned that up for us. We heard what happened. You didn't have to do that. You could have just left it for us." And I was like, "No way, no way am I letting some 70-year-old lady who's got a part-time cleaning job go in there and deal with that." I was like,
we all had to do it in my job, and it was very much a principle of, for me, like I was a manager as well at
exactly that.
So there's no way I'm going to make someone else do this.
Exactly. As I say, I always thought that there's certain things as a manager that you have to do, like, because you can't expect your staff to do something that you're not prepared to do yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, when I was getting paid a decent amount of money compared to my cleaners on minimum wage, it wasn't really fair. So horrible job. But yeah, I'm glad I don't do that anymore.
Oh, mate. Wiping shit off a mirror.
Stories.
Shit stories.
Shit stories.
But I've got plenty of them as a parent as well. So like,
No, it's
I actually watched.
it.
I watched that film, The Change Up, the other day with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah,
and
the guy from
Arrested
Development.
Thingy,
What's his name?
Jason
Bateman. Yeah,
Bateman, that's it. And I watched like the first 10 minutes. I was cracking up because there was just like this bit where he's changing the baby's nappy and it shits in his face, and I was just in stitches. The rest of the film was shit, but that bit did. Yeah.
It's just another Freaky Friday remake. I think I have seen it, but it was a while ago.
Talking of Freaky Friday, I watched Freaky the other day as well.
Oh yeah, Vince Vaughn. Is that good?
It's all right. It's all right. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was watchable, definitely. Worth a watch for sure.
Yeah.
It was quite.
What are you drinking, Gab?
Had some moments. I'm drinking. It's this gin.
Is it just the perspective on the camera, or is that a massive glass?
It is like a massive gin.
Massive gin glass.
You've got tiny hands.
Nice. Well, he is quite small. I finally got round to watching Krampus the other day.
Oh yeah, how's that? Because I haven't watched that yet.
I mean, it's deliberately shit, but it was alright. You know, like it's at the end of it, Tasha was like, was that meant to be shit, or was it just really shit? And I was like, I think it was meant to be shit. Like when you've got like Jack in the Boxes coming to life and then eating people, and like I think it was meant to be shit. But yeah, it was all right. I put it off for long enough and think it's about time I watch it. But yeah, I've been trying to watch as many Christmas films as I can. I like to fit them in this time of year, like. So
I've not actually watched any yet. I meant to bang out a bit of Home Alone, but
I've watched the first two already. I've watched both Home Alones. I've watched Jingle All the Way. I've watched Muppets Christmas Carol. I watched the Albert Finney musical 1970s Scrooge the other day. I've watched the Santa Claus 1 and 2.
I watched the first
Jesus
one.
Christ.
Krampus. There's a new, like the one with Anna Kendrick on Disney. Noel. That's actually really quite funny.
Yeah, I might go watch.
Life of Brian.
Just Friends, no. Life of Brian's not. Well, I suppose it's about kind of about. Yeah.
I watched the new one with. Die Hard, yeah, you haven't watched Die Hard.
Oh, Christmas Chronicles 2 I watched as well. Die Hard, I watched that the other day, yeah.
Oh, good.
I prefer Christmas Chronicles 2 to the first one.
Yeah, I do as well. I think it's better. And the bit when they go back in time and in the airport and like that kid's helping her like break out of the security office. And then
straight away twigged what was going on.
I did as well, very quickly. But then when you find out, spoilers, it's her dad.
I haven't seen it.
It's her dad as a kid who you find out in the first like couple of minutes of the first film is dead, and like I was like
Christmas Chronicles 2 had any surprises for me? They're all fucking gone now.
I think if me and Luke
guys,
I just want to say, Syke says there were 3 Home Alone movies. I just want to tell you that actually I think there may be 5. Yeah. There's definitely a 4. I think there's another one with a girl as well.
Isn't there one like a new
one with a dog, isn't there?
Is it one with a dog? I don't know about that
really?
I'm sure there's one with a dog.
one. There's
Bone
a lot.
Alone.
Bone Alone. That's the
Bone
porno
Alone.
version.
That's next year.
Is that what you're filming tomorrow? Is-
Just Shaun with a webcam and himself.
just hearing Emily, like, that's why Emily's round. Right. Should we play some
right.
D&D? Shaun, are you ready?
I'll see if I can remember what happened.
Excellent. Right, let me just change screen.
There is-
Gnome alone.
No, Malone. Da 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 da.
Bone Alone.
Oh shit!
Oh, my kids would
actually,
love that, man. I need to watch that.
Home Alone with dogs. Wow.
Well, there you go, Psych.
Right. Have I got to do the roundup thing?
You do, mate. You're the DM. What happened last week?
These shitballs. Well, last week on the D&D show, we are playing Gnome Alone, a homebrew one-shot based on the hit film Die Hard. Now, last week, the adventurers received a letter from their good friend Pock. Now, just for the sake of recapping, it read, "Dear the Phandelver, my very best friends, please accept my invitation to join me for a Christmas Eve feast and a drink. As you know, I received a wonderful payout from Blame for Claim for my terrible accident in Wave Echo Cave at the end of the last campaign. I have since moved into a very modest little place on the upper east side of the Sword Coast. Please be careful in the area when you visit. Neighborhood Watch have reported seeing some kobolds scouting the area, looking at these local lavish homes. Anywho, I'm sure it will be absolutely fine. I look forward to seeing you all next month. As you know, Scapes unfortunately cannot join us as he is on a religious retreat / gap year. Yours faithfully, Funking Ningle, aka Pock." So they popped along to Pock's house, but all was not what it seemed. The front door gave, I think it was Milicent, a nasty shock and stunned her briefly. They ventured in, but it didn't sound like anybody was home. There was some music playing. They headed over to the east side of the house where they thought the party was going down, and upon discovery they noticed that it was full of suits of armor which sprung to life and battled them to the death. And then they heard some piano playing. They run across the hallway only to discover that Pock had left some Christmas presents slightly unwrapped, and they decided to have a look and see what he had got them for Christmas. But upon doing so, Milicent picked up her lute inscribed with her name, and it started to play, and then everyone got caught in a good old jolly song and dance, which was a very naughty little spell that nearly killed the entire group. Oh, it was very dangerous, I must say, but they managed to fight their way out of that somehow, because the DM hadn't quite planned for all of them to be caught by it, and nearly fucked the whole thing. They found some healing potions, and the last we left off, as Burr finished his last gulp of healing potion, a pellet gun just caught him in the back of the head, taking him for 1 hit point, as they see a kobold stood right behind them, and I believed he shouted out in a very weird fucking voice, "Ah, this is my horde! Get out, get out, get out!" or some shit like that. And then he screamed a quote from Home Alone, something along the lines of, "You guys get up, or you're thirsty for more." And it was very fun for everyone. So now I'm going to take you over. I mean, I've been standing for too long, and I want to players.
It was fun for everyone.
And everybody had fun, and they all wanted to play again. So here we are. Now, if you're listening to the podcast version of this, you will notice that my voice has changed suddenly. And that's because in the space of a millisecond from when you last listened, I've managed to catch a cold and or COVID. So we pick up now as a kobold disappears from sight. I'll hand over to the players.
Yeah. Let me just adjust the map for the one Twitch viewer that we've got, so they can actually see what's going on. Here we go. Yeah, right. Yeah. So if I remember rightly, I'm eating a chicken. I stole a chicken from the kitchen.
That's true.
Yeah. Cowboy, get that cowboy! He's clearly killed Pock in a really horrible, gruesome manner. Pock, best friend Pock, charge! And I'm gonna run back down through to the hallway.
Wonderful. So you run back through. Can you all move your? I'm having some difficulty my end with my mouse, but I think we might be alright. Everyone move okay just before we kick off.
Oh, and for the record, to date it is 5 Home Alone movies plus Bone Alone, I suppose.
For 6, including Bone Alone.
Yeah. And however many porno versions there may be. Was there Boning Alone, the solo movie, and yeah. They're making a new one, aren't they? They are making. I don't know if they're rebooting it, making a new one. And there was some kind of petition to get Macaulay Culkin in it. You know.
Oh, he'd be an amazing burglar.
It'd be brilliant. It was whether or not he would be a burglar as a new character, or whether he would still be played. Like, would it be hit? They'll probably do something. If they're gonna do it, they'll do something like it's his kids, you know, or something.
Yeah, he'd be much better off as a burglar. He's proper kooky now, so that'd be my pick.
He is like really strange.
Marv, wouldn't he? Like Marv's.
Marv, yeah, he'd be Marv. Yeah.
I think he'd be more the other one, Harry.
Is he still doing
Marv,
acting?
Harry. Which one's the stupid one?
Tall, lanky one, I meant. Yeah.
Yeah. Which one is that?
Oh yeah, Harry.
Marv.
Is it Harry?
Marv.
I can't remember.
It is Marv, the tall skinny one. Yeah, that's who it would be.
Called after Harry, doesn't he? Harry.
Yeah.
Right.
Did you watch the Netflix one, the films that made us about Home Alone? Because I thought
No, I know that there is a Christmas special, but I've not watched it.
yeah, there's one on the Home Alone, and it's it's really quite interesting actually. Yeah, it's worth a watch, definitely.
Yeah, there you go. Bear that in mind. Do we know where he went upstairs? Because I just noticed that there's a door at the back of this room that we haven't explored.
Indeed. Ignore my map. I just want to say at the top of the stairs, it looks like it's just the end. But that I couldn't map-wise figure out how to do it. That's like a landing, just to let you know.
Okay.
It's a landing to the upstairs.
There's a room you have not yet explored.
Yeah, so do we know which way the kobold ran to?
You don't. You just heard some noises.
Because if I remember rightly, like by the piece on the map, you had him sort of over here.
Him doing a left out when he left the door, he turned left.
Or did we not hear like thuds up the stairs kind of situation?
Yeah, you would have done. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
So he's upstairs.
Yeah. So I'll.
What I should have said was, yes, you did. He's upstairs.
Okay.
Shall we check the stairs for traps?
I don't know if Droop's smart enough. If he was just charging, I don't know. Whether he would have just charged round and upstairs, because clearly, of course, the stairs are trapped. You know, we're going to get paint cans in the head or something. Of course, but like, would
this completely off of a film.
Yeah, I think I remember saying this last week. Actually, Droop is surprisingly intelligent. Go figure.
He is.
So yeah, he'd probably run round there, run up to the steps, and then do like a comical kind of cartoon, like skid to a stop, like and skid a bit, and you know, possibly fall on his bum, and there'd be some canned laughter, and he'd be like, hey guys.
So what exactly is Droop doing when he gets there?
He went up the stairs. Who's the good one at like perceiving things like traps?
We can all roll me a perception if you like. Let's get some dice rolls going.
Ooh, that's good.
I would like you to tell me exactly
my
when you're checking traps like we did before. I want you to tell me exactly what you're looking at and where you're looking, and rather than I want to check all the stairway and the top floor for traps.
Someone's been reading the fucking player's handbook, haven't they? So I think judging on what we've seen so far, it's mostly been like tripwires or like you walk into a wire and that's triggered something. So I will be looking on the steps for wires.
I'll be looking above for anything.
Yeah.
I'm kind of looking for the kobold, really.
Okie doke.
And I rolled an 18.
16 for me.
16.
22 for me.
Okay. Lovely. You notice at the very top of the stairs, there doesn't seem to be any sort of tripwires. You can't see anything like that, but there's something going on at the very top of the stairs. They're almost somewhat shiny as at the very top of the stairs. Now, Milicent and Burr, as you start walking up the stairs, you take. If you can roll me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Mhm.
Whom?
Who's on the stairs there? Oh, sorry, that's Droop and Milicent.
Ugh.
You're literally standing right where my little markers are.
15.
15.
13.
13. Just as you both step up the stairs, you hear some noise directly above you on the landing, and it makes you dart your eyes up as you see suddenly 2 paint cans fly over the. But however,
A shock.
with your quick reflexes, you just manage to duck out the way as they swing past you, and you're like, "Whoa, yeah." So you both managed to duck and miss these 2 very heavy paint cans that have swung down from the banisters. Suddenly, you hear from above you. Oh, I'm trying not to do Droop here. Let's do Gollum instead. Yeah, you guys give up or you're thirsty for more.
Was that Gollum? Was it?
Oh, was that Gollum? No. Do you know who that
I
was?
mean, like, considering the fact that you've admitted to never watching Lord of the Rings,
That was, yeah.
That is an Gollum impression.
I was alright.
Never seen Lord of the Rings. So these
Sounded more like Sylvester the cat, or Daffy
Dave
Duck.
Mustaine from Megadeth.
But no.
so you got these 2 paint cans now swinging between you.
Yeah,
Hey.
gotta try harder than that, kid.
Brilliant.
Right.
Can hear some sort of footsteps above you now.
I will just head straight up.
Lovely. Lisa, roll me a deck save, please.
Uh-huh.
Is it coming back the other way?
Adam.
Is it coming back the other way?
Number 1.
No, it isn't.
That's 6. That's bad.
6. As you get to those top couple of steps, as I said, they were a little bit more shiny than the rest of them. You take. So I've got all this in my notes. You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage as you're prone because you slipped on the very slippery, greasy surface that has been laid down on the top of the stairs.
I'm dead, guys.
You're dead.
No, I'm just a joke.
I was gonna say, fuck, Jesus.
You do, because of that, fall down to the bottom of the stairs.
Oh, okay. So it's slippery stuff.
Slippery stuff.
Seeing that, I will hold on to the banister and kind of like go up really carefully and slowly, 1 step at a time. Hold on to the banister, next step, and just slowly edge myself up.
Shits and giggles. Can you roll me an acrobatics check? Let's try that.
I think because I'm being super careful, I should at least get advantage.
You can have advantage on that. Yeah, you're aware of what's going
Boy. I need a second dice, so I use you.
There's some interesting theories going on in the in the chat.
Well, I needed that. Acrobatics, you say?
Yeah, let's do some acrobatics. Your tiptoe ability.
15.
15. Yeah, you make it absolutely fine.
Ha!
So for the ease of use of me using Roll20, what's the plan here, guys? Are we all heading up, or are we splitting the party? Just so I can figure out how the fuck to use this program.
I think we'll go together. Have we all got to do a check to get up the stairs?
Well, you're all very aware where the slippery bits are. So if you can all make me an acrobatics check on the way through, you don't have to worry about the actual, the trap going off. It's just
We'll also get advantage.
yeah, you can all have advantage. You're aware that the grease is there now. It's just a case of you holding on and getting through it. Really.
18.
18.
21.
21, lovely. Yeah, you all land yourselves on the top flight. So, let's see if this works. If I've forgotten how to do it. So there's a click and drag. Is that right? How do I copy and paste your...
Yeah, so you should be able to select all like by clicking and dragging.
Lovely. And then it's a copy.
And then if you change maps and paste.
Lovely. Paste. Oh, wonderful. I'll bring you all over. Welcome to level 2. And I'll just give you some light. There we go. I'll just give you a little bit more there as well.
Oh, okay, so it's like a landing and then it goes up again to the next floor.
It is, yeah. So you're at a sort of like a halfway house type thing.
Yeah.
And that is what you can see of the top floor as well. So, as you see this at the top of the stairs, I can't be asked to do the token, but the kobold is standing right above you. Right. This doesn't work. I'm trying to do a click. Anyway, there's a kobold at the top of the stairs, and he shouts that other well-known quote saying, this is how does Gollum sound?
That's a good question.
Defend it, and then he runs away to the left.
Sorry, what did he say? You're cut out then.
It's, this is my house. I have to defend it. And he runs. As you're looking at it, he runs right.
As I'm looking at him, he runs so this direction.
And the other way. Kind of just vanishing from your line of sight because I can't be fucked to keep moving the token. It's on the other page now as well.
Oh, so to the characters, right? So over here.
Your character's right.
Right, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Gonna wish you were never born, kobold. Quick, Burr.
Giving chase?
Go get him.
Now, as you are approaching the top of the stairs, obviously you're aware that he's just run to the right. You didn't see where as soon as he passed the corner of the banisters, your eyesight was blocked. But you also hear some noise coming just from the left. It's kind of a glass shattering type sound coming from the other side of the landing, just to give you some stuff to play with.
Which way?
Who's running up first?
I think Burr should go first.
I almost feel like we should check for chaps on every fucking bit we come to. I'm checking for traps.
Do it.
What do you want me to roll? Perception? Natural 20.
Natural 20. I mean, this cheeky fucking kobold. He didn't think you would see that tripwire sitting at the top of the stairs. What an absolute bastard.
Right, so I'll step candidly over the tripwire and carry on to the bottom of the stairs.
Or top.
Well, top of the stairs, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't find up or down stairs. This just had to be stairs, I'm afraid. Very confusing.
Maybe you can rotate them somehow, I don't know.
I think you can.
Put an arrow on them or something, really, shouldn't I?
Yeah. Oh, never mind.
As you both land come to the top of the landing, you can hear that noise, that sort of glass shattering noise that is directly to the left of you, and you know that the kobold did head somewhere over to the right hand side.
Wait. This is what he wants us to follow him, doesn't he? That's why we're not going to play his game.
Right.
You know what, I've just thought of something. You can also hear that there seems to be a male voice coming. I've just made this up. Go with it. There's also a male voice coming from your left-hand side as well. Not a voice you recognise.
Saying what?
You can't quite make it out at the minute, but there is definitely an accent that is somewhat not native to to what you know of in the area that you're from.
From the left.
From the left, from the carriage.
From there.
Sorry, east side of the
Oh,
house.
so from the glass smashing place. Okay.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Let's go the opposite way of the kobold. I think,
Yeah. So
like Droop says, he wants us to follow him.
yeah. So the kobold's gone this way. Am I right?
No, the
other
kobold
way.
went.
Kobolds.
The kobold went west,
Yes.
and the noise
we
is
were-
coming from the east.
So we should go east. Yeah. Right. Okay. Let's go east then. So you got 3 doors. to
3
check there
doors,
as well.
1 each. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take this one.
I'm just gonna wait for one of you guys to open a door. I'm not gonna take another door.
No, I think we should all take 1 each,
All at the same time.
all at the same
Oh,
time.
Millicent-
Can't get all of
Yeah.
us at once. Kelly.
That's true.
We need to outsmart this little kobold.
On 3.
Who's doing what? You're all just going to go into each room, ready?
Yeah.
We've all got a handle on each door,
Yeah.
and on 3 we're gonna open them.
This is great.
This not make it more awkward for you. Can I point of order? Milicent is not going to open her door. She's just going to let the other 2 open theirs.
Which door are you at?
Well, I would like to roll insight against a deception, if that's what you're going to do.
I mean, let's do it. Let's do it.
Lovely. Yeah, roll me an insight, Luke.
Oh, natural 20 for a 24.
Mm.
So Millicent's like, yeah, come on, guys. Let's teamwork makes the dream work.
Do it. Great idea.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go.
Just to clarify, Burr, you're
Very
on
lucky
the
roll.
door to the north.
Yeah, this
Millicent,
one.
you're taking the door to the south, and Droop, you're on the door to the east.
East. Yeah.
Right word I'm looking for. Okay, lovely. I'll hand back over to you guys. Get my
Wow.
report ready.
1,
So
2,
Three.
3.
Bang and bang. Millicent stands there and looks around as you two both open your doors. So let's go round one by one quickly. So Droop, as you open that door, you see a messy bed chamber. There's a writing desk in there. Yeah, looks like a bedroom. You can roll me a perception check.
This dice
red
is
scroll.
going in the bin. 7.
A 7.
Yeah.
You have a little sniff around, see if you can maybe recognise if this is Master Pock's room, but there's some familiar scents. You can also see this strange device. Now, you've never seen one of these before. It's coming from the corner, and there's some funny flashing images coming up on this solid square-shaped thing, and you can just hear a voice say, I heard you in here smooching with Shirley last. I can't remember what it says in the film. You manky mo with a wooden leg. And, what is it? I need to Google it. What's it called? Angels with no something.
Angels with dirty faces. It's not angels with no faces.
Angels
Yeah.
with
It's a fake. It's not a real film. It's they made
made
all of that for Home Alone. Yes, which is interesting because it appears in other movies. I can't think. There's something I watched recently when it had it in it, and I was like, wow, because that means that movie is set inside the same universe as Home Alone, because of course it's not a real film. They invented it for Home Alone. Yeah.
Right.
keep the change, you filthy, animal.
I'm gonna give you to the count.
There we go. I'm trying to find it.
1, 2.
Oh, I can't. Yeah, anyway, you get the idea. There's the movie happened in this room. But as you go into your room, I'd like you to roll me a perception check as well.
Always a chest.
9.
9. So you can see what seems to be a hallway full of mirrors. Now, at the very end, is a chest you can see. One thing you do notice is that the second mirror down on the left, there's some shards of glass beneath it. And immediately to your left and your right, you can see that they're not quite mirrors. The images, there's already seems to be an existing reflection, and it's slightly moving in every the mirrors to your left and right.
Okay. Right. Well, there's no one in here. There's just some weird mirrors. I'm coming out.
You close the door behind. Now, as you turn to close the door, it doesn't open.
Oh.
Yeah,
So I
sorry.
can't leave.
This door opens outwards. As you
Yeah.
step in, the door's closed behind you, and as you turn, the door doesn't seem to want to open.
Okay. Well, what does Burr do best? Kicks doors in.
Kicks doors in. So, roll me a strength check. What are we doing? Putting a boot in?
Yeah, boot in.
Away.
Alright. 10.
Just as you did, I think it was earlier on downstairs in the house. You're like,
I
oh,
broke my hip.
boy, shit. You take a little sort of foot back and you give it a kick, and doosh, nothing seems to happen.
Do we hear the kick at the door?
Yeah,
you
you
will.
can hear the door slam behind Burr, and then there's a thud immediately afterwards. And I think what Burr's like, you can tell that he's clearly trying to kick this door in.
Is it like a locked door? So because I do have lockpicks.
Do you want to, if you can roll me an investigation check to see if you can sort of see if this door's been locked behind you? You know your locks quite well.
11.
11. You kind of lean down and have a look through the sort of keyhole, and there's a little slit in the side of the door where your locks would normally sort of. Can't seem to see any sort of bolt going across like you would normally do when you.
So it's magically sealed. Okay. All right, I suppose I better go and look at these mirrors then. Go and see
I'm
what
gonna
the
shout
deal
out
is.
to her and just be like, are you stuck, bro? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm a bit stuck. The door won't open, but it's not locked. It seems to be magically sealed, so I can't seem to get the door open. There are mirrors in here. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to go and check them out.
I feel like this is going to turn into an episode of the Crystal Maze where me and Droop play that side of the door again. Try this, try that.
It could well happen. I'm going to go and look at the chest first. Fuck it.
Cool. So you step forward, and you notice. Roll me another perception, just as you're sort of heading towards past these mirrors.
Dangling carrot.
That is 21.
21, lovely. So on the left-hand side, as you sort of glance over, you see that there's in this mirror an image of a scroll. And what languages do you speak?
Common and Dwarvish.
Common and Dwarvish. I should probably check this. All you can make out is the word, because your friend Pock has been so familiar with this word. You can see the word Thunderwave on this piece of
Thunderwave.
and it's just sort of floating there in the mirror. And immediately behind you, in those first two mirrors, there's a stone, and it's got a little 4-leaf clover etched onto the stone. And again, that's just sort of hovering in the mirror, very mystically. So the next one along, there are some broken shards of glass on the floor as well.
Oh, right. Yeah.
As you step
we heard
forward,
glass breaking, didn't we?
as you step another 5 foot in front of you to look into these mirrors, you hear a click coming from behind you.
A click coming from behind me.
Yeah. Providing you're facing the chest, that is.
Sorry? But I'll provide, yeah. So can I look round and see what the click is?
Yeah, do you want to roll me I don't know, another investigation check, I suppose?
Yeah. 16.
16. I mean, it come directly behind you, and there is nothing but the door behind you.
Okay. I'll carry on towards the chest then.
Cracking, lovely. As you pass the next two mirrors, the one on your left, I'd like to roll me another investigation.
3.
Number 3. You can see that on the. You can see directly in it that there is just a bag of gold sitting, sort of in a little cravat behind where the mirror, behind the glass, where the glass was. There's now just a bag of gold that seems to be sitting there.
Okay. Not interested in that.
As you can Indiana Jones it.
Yeah. Swap the bag out.
I'm just waiting for that chest to turn out to be a mimic and him get fucked up on his own.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, you're more than welcome to. So you're going to go to the chest?
I'm going to investigate the chest. I'm going to check
love
it.
And where are you standing exactly?
Let's just say
Right.
I am.
You investigating from afar.
There. No, well, I'll do it from a little way and just check.
You roll me an investigation check.
20, natural.
Natural 20. I mean, you've seen these before in many a dungeon. I think Pock's clearly picked up a few things on his travels over the last year. Yeah, it's a standard chest. There's a sort of like one of the standard locks that you would see on these chests. Yeah, it's just a perfectly normal.
It is a chest.
It is a chest. What a waste of a natural 20.
I know. Jesus. Right, I'll just give it a crack then and see if I can open it.
Cracking. You've got thief tools, is that right?
I do, yeah.
Lovely. So roll me a. Ooh, what do you roll for lock picking? Is it?
Dexterity check. Well, yes, it's basically a dex check with proficiency, or sleight of hand if you're proficient with sleight of hand. It's the same difference.
19 plus 4, 23.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. Clunk! It just pops right open. This lock, nice and easy.
Nice.
As you open it up, there's some gold in there. There's a couple of books that Pock has felt very precious to keep for some reason or the other. Yeah, just some antique-y, pocky collection things, really. Nothing that particularly catches your eye. You can have a little look through if you like.
Yeah, well, it's Pock's gear, so I'll just leave it there. It's not mine to take.
Oh, thank you very much.
How sweet.
I just need to figure out how to get out of this room. So,
Just from where you are, just take a running charge at the door.
yeah, I think I'm going to need to have another kick at the door, aren't I?
The door clicked though, right?
Well, apparently so.
That happened from behind you once you started walking down the
Yeah, I'm going to go and
But it unlocked or something, but
I'll test the door again. If not, I'll run back and boot it again.
You know, so you're like, okay, you're being silly now, Burr, come on, let's, and your fucking door will not open. What the fucking, this is, oh man, that door will not budge.
Can anyone else open it from the outside? Milicent, can you see if you can shift this door?
yeah. Can I open the door?
It swings wide open.
Oh.
And-
Burr is standing on the other side of the door.
And
So
I
I'm
can wander out again.
Absolutely see each other, yeah. So it's all absolutely
Okay, cool. I was waiting for something to.
That was it.
Hey, you managed to solve the riddle of the locking door.
Oh, well, there you go. Simple.
Was it a push that he was pulling? What was the?
Probably, yeah.
You can go back in and try and figure out if you like.
All right. I need to duck out a
No, I
second.
think I
Sorry, guys.
think
That's
I
fine.
figured it out. Okay.
All right.
And so I'm going to go to Droop and just be like, "What? Did you find anything?"
Nah, I mean, this room is a bit messed up, and there's this weird talking picture, but damned if I know. There's a desk. Maybe you can have a look at the desk. I don't know.
Is that? Yeah.
While
okay,
I have a look in this room here.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. I'm going to go over to the desk and see if I can find anything.
What did you find in your room?
I'm looking for a map that says battle plan written in crayon.
You read my mind. No, do you know what? Funny enough, there is nothing on there. There's a few what looks like Christmas cards that have been started to be made. A very big pile of them.
Fair enough. Is that a bra on the floor?
Roll me an investigation.
Investigation.
Oh, 19 plus 7. 26.
No, it's not.
Okay, cool.
Well, what is it?
Lisa, you suddenly hear a voice, and it's an old familiar voice. It's like, no, it's not a bra. Nope.
I was going to say, I don't think Pock has a lady friend. I think this might be Pock's. Anyway.
It would probably fit a gnome.
Okay. Just going to go to the door, back up Droop for his
Let's
check.
have a look. Let's see what's in here then. Pock, you in here? Oh. Nice little...
A latrine.
Good. Oh, I'm dying for a wee.
The Milicent, you notice that he's just popped himself down on the toilet, but the door is still open.
Okay, I will avert my gaze.
Oh, come on. We adventured together for ages. You've seen it all before, Milicent.
It's just polite from where I'm from to avert my gaze. I shut the bedroom door, hoping that it does the same thing as the other one.
Anyway, so a bathroom. There's nothing in here
No,
of
a
interest.
lavish bathroom.
Okay.
Nothing that sort of takes your fancy, really. Just
What about through this door down here then, huh?
Are you gonna give that a little open?
Yeah. And every
Lovely.
like I'm just kind of like occasionally like Pock.
Just calling out. So you open that room and then you find what seems to be a little guest bedroom for his friends and that stay over. You kind of notice as well with this room that there's a bit of dust, sort of, maybe Pock hasn't had many visitors in the last year stay over.
Poor Pock. Yeah, maybe if he didn't try to kill us all, he would have a few more friends. But what does he expect? We all moved on, went and made lives for ourselves. He's just stuck in the past, Pock. Expected us to just carry on adventuring as friends. Life moves on.
Characters die, Pock. Come on.
I'm assuming I can come back. Wow, that was pointless.
Out into the main corridor.
Admittedly, I rolled really badly on my perception, but that seems pretty pointless.
Well, we don't really know. Look, I think we found the source of the broken glass, right? We found broken glass.
There was some broken glass.
The mirror.
Yeah,
What broke the mirror?
mirror.
Or who? Or how? I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just going to go this way and look for the kobold.
I think that's yeah.
Good idea.
Before I go any further,
Yes.
quick look around. Up, down, ground.
Nothing you can see. So roll me a little perception check.
I'm looking for traps and illusions, and I rolled a 2.
Ooh.
5.
A 5.
Yeah.
That is fine.
Cool. Charging forward. I'm going to go to this door on the left. On the
here.
south run.
Lovely. Are you gonna go straight in?
Yep, hand on the handle. Just swing it wide open.
On the
Step
hand.
right through. I rolled a 2.
Step right through.
Everything's great.
You rolled what did you do? Roll an investigation?
Yep.
Okay.
No, perception. 2 + 3.
A perception. Okay. 2 seconds. Sorry. I'm trying to find the reveal button. Where's the fucking reveal? Oh, yeah, sorry. Wait, you going in or you just checking? Like listening?
Oh, going in.
Oh, you going in? Okay. As you go in, your gaze is suddenly met by a very peculiar sight. There are 2 random men in Pock's bathroom. They just sort of just look back at you, and they sort of share a glance to each other, and you're kind of in a bit of a stalemate at the minute. It seems like they've just been caught red-handed, stealing some of Pock's fine faucets from his bathroom, and they just stare.
Is the tap running by any chance?
The tap's running, and you know some coins on the floor as well.
I'm going to tell them to stop.
Like, try fucking up.
Joe Pesci it up.
You think I'm funny? How funny? Like, okay, right, here we go. You see, hey, Marv, hey, look, we don't mean any harm, and they slowly back towards a window each that sits just above the toilet, and they sort of start to unlock the window ledges, and sort of start to head out the windows.
Can I No, I don't really have much crazy shit I can do. I'm just gonna fire a bolt at one of them.
Okay, which one?
Tough.
Actually,
no. I'm gonna scrap that. I'm gonna try and reason with them first. And I'll be like, you can stop where you are, or else I'll threaten them, or else. I'm a good damn shot with this.
We're the shitty bandits, okay? We don't mean to amuse you like a fucking clown. Am I here to fucking amuse you, huh? But look, we don't mean any harm. We just see an opportunity, and we're really sorry. And they're a bit bewildered by this like fucking half elf that's standing in front of them, because they're just 2 humans and they've not quite seen anything like it before. They're just standing there. They've dropped all the cutlery, and they're just sort of standing there with their hands up.
Okay. Well, what we do with these guys?
What have you done with my friend Pock? Rage!
They see this goblin double in size.
I would like to run in and attack.
Are we attacking with non-lethal force, or are we?
Wow. Maybe.
I'll let you roll the first. We'll take this as a surprise attack, because Milicent was chatting to him, and you've just kicked the door in and just gone straight for Marv.
Yeah.
So I'll let you have a little surprise round just on Marv there.
Okay. All right. +5 to hit for 13.
I have completely forgotten what statistics I gave.
Oh, you actually gave him stats.
I did. Which one did we say this is? This is Harry or Marv?
Marv.
I'll go with Marv. Fuck it. There we go. What's it to hit?
Hold on.
Yeah.
What does rage do again? Does that gives plus the damage, not plus the hit, does it? Yeah. So 13.
13. Yeah, that hits.
Oosh.
Eesh.
Okay, so that is 10 points of 10 points of damage. Yeah.
You absolutely just caved the poor burglar's head in, and he just crumbles to the floor. This other guy standing there, his mouth is wide open, his hands are in the air, he is shaking like a shitting dog as this massive what's he, a goblin?
It's goblin. It's not massive. It's probably like 2.5 feet tall. Tiny little.
Runs in like a little munchkin.
Screaming.
Open it now.
Caving his mate's head in. On that, he's gonna just fucking bolt out the window. He shits himself, and he decides to just fuck off. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. All right, there's a bit of height, so we're bringing it back.
Is he jumped out?
I mean, yeah, like we should have got like whatever. But we should have got the initiative or something to see if we could get him first.
I mean, he's still in sight from the window.
Did he take falling damage jumping out the window?
Yeah. Okay. He's limping as he's leaving. You can see he's in a bad way. He's trying to get the fuck out of there. But he's back himself on the way. And you're just standing over the body of a very tall burglar.
I'm just going to go up to Droop and just be like, it was more of a threatening question. I didn't expect you to actually attack them. I don't think these are the guys we're after. Although I'm glad that we scared them away. But one of them's dead now. I think maybe we just shut this door now. Just shut this door. Raging. I'll give him some cheese. Not bad work.
As you do that, you hear coming from behind you a door slam, and suddenly behind you appears as soon as I figure out how to do things. There we go. As you turn around, suddenly stood before you, it's a massive fucking spider that wasn't there as you come to this door. And you
good.
Hear a door slam behind you. And you kind of, as you turn around, you kind of see this thing grow in size and land as almost as if it come from nothing and sort of just appeared.
It's materialised.
It's somewhat materialised from the direction of the door. You see it sort of arc over and land. And you hear a cackle from the other side of the door to the west side of the house. And you hear, "Keep the change, you filthy animals!" And coming from the west side of the door over there. Roll me some initiative.
Right.
As you know, I planned the second half of this adventure last.
I got a 9.
9.
Put the turn order up.
Can't find it. Where is it? There it is.
There you go. You just click and drag everyone. Right, and then
Drag.
should be able to right click and add to turn order.
I'm on the wrong layer. Sorry, bear with me. I had all this program sorted last week.
That's alright.
Objects and tokens. Oh, laying about.
Sorry.
Moved you up. Pop you back.
I can't believe I killed Marv.
All I had planned to do was put them in for a bit of flavour. You walk into the room and interrupt these two burglars. I wouldn't fight them.
Well, if a 6-year-old can defeat them, then Droop's going to fucking annihilate them.
Right.
Is that all of you in? It is.
I'm there, yeah.
One. Right. What we'd do, do you want to take a quick break before you fight this?
Yeah, it's been about an hour, isn't it? So I suppose that'll probably call it for the episode. We've got to finish this in the next hour and a bit. Because we probably...
very super quick break, and the end is nigh.
Good, because I'm busting for a week. All right, thank you very much, everybody, for listening to what's this, episode 3 now of our Christmas special. There's a couple of people in the chat, not in the chat, on Twitch. Psyche is chatting away to himself. Sorry, mate. But thank you. But this looks like there's a couple of other people there. So if you're watching, feel free to say hi. Jump in on that chat box. We're all friendly. Otherwise, Merry Christmas. Thank you very much. And if you're looking for something to do now this episode's finished, while the music's playing on the outro, drop us a review. Go to your apps, to whatever app it is you're using, iTunes, Stitcher. Go to Podchaser, whatever, drop us a review. It does really, really, really help new listeners find us. It allows us to pick up higher up in those rankings, in those search bars and stuff. And if you do so, we'll read it out, just like Waffle Maple Syrup, who wrote, what did they write? Information with friends. It's like hanging around the table the first time you play in a group with friends, and you get all of that amount of information and energy. If you enjoy D&D, go enjoy them. Fantastic. Thank you very much, guys. We really appreciate that review. And the other thing you can all do as well, of course, is follow us on all the social medias, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Just I think we're at Show D&D on Twitter and Facebook, and then the Dice and Die. I don't know.
Dice and Dice Show.
Dice and Dice Show. Give us a follow. Give us a follow. Give us a review. Tell your friends. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. Marley was dead, to begin with. There's no doubt about that. He was as dead as a doornail. Marley and Scrooge were business partners once, but then Marley died, and now their firm belonged to Scrooge, who was a stingy and heartless old man. Once upon a time, on Christmas Eve, old Scrooge sat busy in his office. It was very cold outside, and in Scrooge's office it was not much warmer either. Suddenly, a cheerful person entered the office. It was Scrooge's nephew. "A Merry Christmas, Uncle! God save you!" Fred said. "Bah!" said Scrooge. "Humbug!" Welcome to Dice and Die, everybody!
Wonderful.
My name's Luke. I'm your host, your GM, your best friend, and you can catch me in a theatre near you soon as Scrooge McDuck. We are the Dice and Die Show. We are your weekly Dungeons and Dragons and sometimes other stuff podcast. But at the moment, it's Christmas, hopefully, maybe. I don't know. Perhaps it's January or June or July. Maybe it's a heat wave. Maybe COVID's still going on. Perhaps we're living on the moon or undersea. Who fucking knows? But we're here. We're queer. And with me tonight, I am joined by, actually, for the Christmas special, if you haven't worked it out by now in the past 3 episodes, our special guest GM, Shaun St. Nicholas Lee.
You guys give up or you're thirsty for more? I don't know what that was. That was Gollum there. Classic Gollum.
Classic Gollum. Gavin Bourne.
Evening all.
Evening Gunnar. And Lisa Horton.
Hello.
Hello, love. You all right?
Yes, thank you.
Good. I mean, it's Christmas, man, and we're in lockdown still, and we discussed this before. Everything's a bit depressing. Perhaps we're seeing our family, perhaps we're not. I don't really know.
Not sure what this tier 3 lark means for the Christmas break rules that have come out.
Well,
but
nothing's been released yet, but I mean, in theory, Gavin was saying anyone he's heard on the grapevine that you're not going to be able to see 3 households. You're only going to be restricted to 2, but
Yeah, there's talk about it. Yeah.
all I've seen is that tomorrow midnight is when we go into tier 3.
right. I thought it had already happened. Okay.
So
So-
Wednesday at 12:01 sort of thing, and then
Right.
the rules of tier 3 would go against what the
Well, yeah, but they're basically scrapping the tier system, aren't they, for those 4 days or something?
yeah.
That's how it is the idea across the entire UK. So anybody for the few international listeners we've got, which by the way, I mean, did you guys notice we had a new guy join our Discord server yesterday? I can't remember the person's name, and they're like, "Oh, I'm in Canada and I'm listening to your show," and he's like, "Oh, I'm eagerly awaiting to find out what's happened to Pock because of the podcast release." That Pock's just got in shit with the orcs when he's been like ambushed with a car, and a couple of people have said that as well to me on Twitter. Is like, "Oh, I can't wait to find out what's happened," and I'm like, "Well, wait and see." Yeah, so that's cool. So we've got some for those international listeners. It's currently the 15th of December. We have this weird tier system. So it's tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Tier 3 being the most severe, and depending where you are, there's more restrictions in place as to whether you can or can't see friends and family. So like in tier 3, all pubs and restaurants are closed, but then like in tier 1, they're open and you can go to them as long as you're having a meal and things like that. It's weird. It's all fucked up and stupid, but these guys are going into tier 3 in their area. Odd. Who knows what that's going to mean for Christmas? But
Yeah.
hopefully,
According to The Sun, it says Christmas crisis COVID UK news. Boris told to scrap Christmas coronavirus plans and keep London and the rest of the UK in tier 2 and 3 lockdowns.
I think it should be. I
Which
mean,
I
you know
think it
what?
should be
Like,
as well,
I
yeah.
want to see my family. I want to go see my mum. She's on her own. I want to see my sister and my nieces and nephews. But it's just.
Is it worth it? Is it really worth
Yeah.
screwing everybody?
I know, and because we've had this peak again. The reason we've had this peak, of course, is because we come out of fucking lockdown. We had a lockdown in October, was it? October we was in lockdown, and then middle of November, all of a sudden, boom, peak, and here we are now. A couple of weeks later, we're still dealing with that. Like, it's just. I know it's Christmas, but
Like it doesn't make any like. If you're going to keep the schools open, then all of it's irrelevant.
all of it's relevant. 100%.
Shut the schools. There you go. Job done. It'll probably fuck off.
Yeah. I mean,
Alright.
I've said this before on several episodes that we've discussed this. Like I have an email every other day from the school saying somebody else has had a positive. Like, well, I had an email from the head teacher the other day of my oldest school and saying, "Look, I know you want to close. This is the last week of school. I know you're telling us that you really want us to close, but and go to remote online learning, but the government have told us we can't, and that they're going to fine us if we do. So you're going to have to come to school." Like,
That's bad.
yeah,
I mean, my understanding of it is if you can do remote, you can do remote.
well, if you can at work. I've been working at home now remotely since April. Why can't, if the kids are capable of working remotely from home, why can't they?
Well, it's where I work, we have put forward 2 or 3 different plans for doing part remote. So we bring the students in on a limited timetable in groups of 6, where we give them studio time or rehearsal time, whatever they need. And in-person time, everything else is done remotely. Like we feel like we can handle that for a certain period of time, and it's just got knocked back, or even just not acknowledged. So we carry on as normal.
Yeah.
And like I say, we've not done a single remote lesson since lockdown lifted. We've done everything in person, full classes. as much social distancing as we could possibly put in place, which is basically none.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it. Like that's what we're stuck with.
It works a few ways, as like at Emily's place. Like they did a thing where I think the class were in a large room and it was all boxed off doing their lesson, and the teacher was zooming into the classroom teaching the class.
Yeah, I had to do that.
As well. Like
when I self-isolated, I had to zoom into my classroom where the kids were.
It works.
But you do need someone on that end to kind of run it and stuff.
You can hope very well. Yeah.
It's complicated because I've got kids that need to go to college. They can't be at home for whatever reason, and there's usually a multitude of reasons. Even sending them off for like half term and Christmas break, normal, no COVID is a worry. We had a kid this week who got the news that they had to self-isolate, and it was just not cool at all, like life or death situation. So it comes down to the fact that schools and colleges and places are, they're social care as well. They're not just a place of education. Parents need to work and earn money. If the government isn't supporting it at every level, then they can't close the schools. They can't close the schools and say to parents, all right, you've got to look after your kids now and teach them from home, and not pay them. Not give them money to support that. It's ridiculous.
It's a very, very complicated issue, and I get it. And it's easy for me to say we have a safe environment for kids to sit at home in. But you're 100% right. It's very complicated. There are children that are abused at home, children that don't have food at home.
There's kids that live independently. I think people especially where I work, 16 to 18-year-olds who have keys to their own place that, for whatever reason they've ended up in that situation, just need support outside.
No, I get that. I do get that, actually, to be fair. It is a very, very complicated issue, and I
agree that this is not the safest way for them to, it's definitely
the thing is that they're working on the assumption that most young people, from like 30 down, really, maybe even older than that, are very, very unlikely to have a severe case and get really severely ill from the disease, and that's fair enough. I think the risk comes really from those young children who are they spreading it to? They might catch it, and kids are resilient and they just crack on and would probably even barely notice that they're ill, but they're coming home and giving it to their parents, and maybe you have support bubbles and then you go and give it to your grandparents, or you think they're okay because they're kids, and so you go food shopping with them because you don't have any choice but to take them food shopping, and then who are they infecting in the public? And that's the risk, But at the same time, I also know that school and further education as well is a safe place for a lot of people. It's very complicated, but
it's totally.
You know what?
The number of our staff that are down. My manager, bless him, has the dreaded long COVID. He's had COVID for like 6 months now.
Wow.
We assume got it from, this was like pre-test and trace app and stuff, that he actually caught it the first time around. But he's going to have permanent damage from his case.
That's
it's
mad.
He's a frontline worker, and that's what's going to happen to people.
One
I
of
don't know
Emma's
if
friends.
there's a right way to protect everyone.
Mm-hmm.
No, one of Emma's friends' mates is they had COVID and they still haven't got their taste back.
Wow,
it's just like the weirdest thing ever. And she just eats food and there's no flavour whatsoever. It's just yeah.
Here's in an attempt to somewhat
So odd.
What would you eat if you weren't able to taste anything?
What would I don't know. Mate. You say
Burr talking, by the way.
If you couldn't, mate, I'm not being funny, right? But I'd hate to be able to not taste that. Actually, oh yeah,
just make a 9-volt battery, mate.
All day long, if I could.
Wow, really learning things about people.
I was purely going to suggest, I don't know, melon or something.
I like melon as well.
Cucumber, I fucking hate it.
I hate cucumber. Yeah, I don't think I would eat anything that I don't like. Like, I mean, like I can't stand tuna, but I wouldn't start eating tuna if I couldn't taste it. I'd just be like, I don't
But you
want
like pussy?
Mate, if your missus's pussy tastes like tuna, then you need to tell her to go and have a wash.
I'm just being disgusting here, don't worry.
Love it.
I'll leave you with one little funny story. Just going back to the whole COVID thing, because that's always a barrel of laughs. I was in I was in my little Santa hut.
Eating, I don't know if this is how it's linked from eating pussy to you and your Santa hat. I'm not quite sure I want to know.
And like, this family come in. And
oh God!
A boy who was about 10, right?
Oh Jesus, Sean. This is a family show.
Give them all the presents, and then on the way out I was like, oh well, hopefully next Christmas will be a little bit better for everyone. And the 10-year-old on his way out waving turned around and went, oh, tell me about it, I've had to isolate twice. Get out of my room right now, you piece
of shit. Santa says you're a piece of shit, get out of my grotto.
Out of the
face.
Yeah, well, we've been lucky. I mean, we right at the very beginning, back in March, we isolated. I think it was Tasha had symptoms back then.
Right.
And then
I know a few people that before the COVID thing was announced said that they've probably had it and been, had all the symptoms and gone, shit, yeah, I probably had it and didn't know.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? And I think we've had this conversation before on here at some point. But Tasha, for like 9-10 months, was training to be a healthcare assistant in the hospital. You know, for one reason or another, she stops. But over Christmas period, so last year, November, December, January, she was working in the respiratory ward at the Ipswich Hospital, and she said it was apparently all of the staff and nurses on her ward were saying it's the busiest it's ever been. And then it was only afterwards, come March, April time, they were like, shit, that was actually probably COVID, and no one ever realised it. But at the time, like going back to this time last year, we were all really fucking ill. We had this persistent cough, we wouldn't go anywhere. So we wonder, because the fact that actually we're quite lucky, I think, that we've been so fine this year with the kids at school and whatnot, that I wonder if actually we had it last year. But I mean, Tasha had the antibody test and it didn't show anything. But apparently that was a load of bollocks. Like that, apparently, like the antibody test tells you either had it and you got antibodies, and that's it. Like, so you might have had it and not got antibodies, or you might not have ever had it. Like, there's actually it was a pretty shit fucking test that they were rocking out in the summer.
Yeah. And I don't think they know even if you have antibodies how long they last, or if they are 100% effective. I think all it can really tell you is if you had it. And you could do the antibody test, not have antibodies, and still have had COVID.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically pointless.
I think people have that. There are people who have had it and been diagnosed with it more than once. So, yeah. I mean, mental.
New strain. That's
hopefully,
apparently...
this new strain. Yeah, I see that. But I mean,
it's just the cold, isn't it? That's developing into slightly different versions of colds.
I've read up on it a little bit today, and it's just scientists saying that that's exactly what this will do. It will mutate, and it's quite normal and not to panic.
And I think it will be. I think in the future, it'll become somewhat like a flu virus. We'll get over it, generally speaking, and we'll carry on with our lives. And it'll just be a case of every year they'll be like, here's a vaccine for the new strains that we are around. Because whilst it is a bit more dangerous than the flu, it's a similar style of virus, So I think it's just because it was new and it's shocking and we didn't know how to combat it, which is why it's been so deadly, And I'm so thankful that it hasn't really, really impacted me so far. I mean, the closest it's come to impacting me as a family was you, Lise, and I'm so glad that you and your family were safe from it. So,
knocked out massively.
The fact that you all sort of had it and no, it didn't. Yeah, you had a couple of days where you were a bit hot. It's mental, isn't it?
I never had it. I've always tested personally, never tested negative. Always tested negative. Yeah. Every test I've ever had testing negative. Remy was, she was a bit warm for 3 or 4 days. I mean, to be honest, it was a temperature that we would have normally taken her into hospital to sort out.
Yeah.
But because we knew one, what they would do in hospital, and two, that was the last place you wanted to take someone in June, like ever. We just managed it from home with the help of the nursing team that we have, and she was fine. And considering, for so many reasons that she probably shouldn't have been, thank fuck for that.
yeah, absolutely. So on that sunshiny note, let's fucking play some D&D, eh? So,
way to the end of this thing, which I'm not even sure.
Oh, Luke Cruz just joined us finally. The last thing I wanted to say before we do go back into this, because we do have to get this cracking, is I just wanted to say thank you to Consent, who has literally just been chatting to himself in the Twitch chat all evening. You're a fucking star, mate. But we've been talking about COVID, and one of the last things he said was, if it wasn't for COVID, though, we wouldn't have this awesome stream / podcast. And you know what? That's brilliant. And the fact that and it's very true, in fairness, we would never have got together if it wasn't for this.
No.
But at the same time, you know what, mate? Like, you and a few select other people are here week in, week out. We really appreciate it. And yes, of course, of all the, however many the hundreds of people that download the podcast every week, we really do appreciate it. So thank you. Let's play some mother funts in Dungeons and Dragons. Over to you, Shaun.
Oh yeah, lovely. I won't bother with a recap because I'll probably cut all this out. So if you've been watching, you know what's been going on. If you've not been watching, watch Home Alone, and it's pretty much exactly the same fucking thing. We find ourselves with a giant spider and 3 shivering, nervous adventurers all looking for their friend Pock. I will put us all... Oh, no, I'm skipping turns in initiative now. Descending. Burr, you are up first against this bloody spider. I like this.
It's a blood spider.
Yeah. This bloody spider turns up. What happens next?
Bloody spider turns up, it does.
I guess I better... there's no point in talking to it. I suppose I better attack it.
Absolutely. We all know it's Buzz's spider. Just fucking kill it. Is it Buzz? Is that his name? Go kill him.
Buzz. Yeah.
I did not clock that, so nice one. Good catch.
It's got to be worth some inspiration.
Oh, yeah. Oh, do you know what? Well done. Who was that? Who guessed it?
Luke.
Well done, Luke. You can have some inspiration.
Thank you, Jim.
No worries.
So I just attacked. I rolled a 4 plus 6, 10.
10. It doesn't quite make it. You lash towards this spider, but its big hairy legs distract you, and you miss it. Yeah. What else? Have you got any more? I'm like off my tits on medicine at the minute.
You're that nightness.
Can I? I can't use my sneak attack, can I? Because I haven't hit. So
no.
I've not got fucking.
And I can't use my other attack because I'm going to run away.
Run away. Have you using your bonus action to?
It's my disengage. Yeah, my rakish audacity.
Oh, lovely. The spider is very annoying when it can't get you.
Exactly.
Right, I'll be honest with you, I've not read its stats properly, so this might be a bit more powerful than I thought it was. Here we go.
Giant spider, fine.
Giant spider should be alright.
Yeah,
wonderful.
yeah.
Easily. It's gonna take a little step forward. There it is. And it's gonna go for, who's that? Milicent.
I mean, don't continue.
Well, it's alright because it rolls 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 to hit.
What number was that?
That was a 13. That was all the numbers.
Miss.
And I think that is all it gets. Yeah, fuck it. Lovely. It misses. Phew, Milicent says out loud to the party.
For you.
I think that's the end of its turn. Sure, why not? Milicent, you're up.
I'm actually kind of squishy right now, so I'm gonna neck a potion real quick.
Glug, that is full hit points from our new
Oh
home.
yeah, sorry. Yeah. Oh, nice one.
You take 4d4 plus.
No, 2d4 plus 2, so 10. You're saying that it just automatically does 10 points of
does.
healing.
10 points of healing. Bosh, you're welcome.
Thank you very much. That's an action. So I will do nothing else. I kind of had to do that, yeah. So I'll hold.
The door is behind you is slightly ajar as the camera swoops down and sees Droop standing in a puddle of burglar blood.
Cool.
You're up, Droop.
I need to ask: am I still? So I just I just killed Marv. I went into a rage and killed Marv because they were robbing my friend Pock's house, and I assumed they were in on it. Am I still raging? Please.
This literally, as he fell to the floor, the spider popped into existence.
Good.
So
because I only have a limited amount of rages per day, so I didn't really want to waste another one. Cool.
Remember,
So,
I gave you cheese to calm you
yeah, and
down.
I'm just like, oh, cheese, spider! So
Cheese
I'll
spider.
get charge while still raging then, and attack the spider.
It.
And I roll a natural 1. But I've got inspiration. I'm going to use that inspiration.
Yeah, it's lovely. Go for it. Reroll.
I roll a 2. so that'll be a 7, but at least it's not that.
Those bloody hairy legs are causing problems for everyone. They are very uncouth and somewhat distracting. Next up, Burr, you get a second go at Hairy Mary.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to go
Shit, what have I done?
to I'm going to
No,
attack.
behind it, flank it, behind it.
Yeah, but if I flank it,
Wang.
I can't disengage because I won't have any movement left. I only get 25.
Where were you? There?
I was there, yeah.
I was only 20 foot.
Yeah, I still can't. Well,
But,
is that flanked there then?
yeah, because you're opposite. As long as you're directly opposite someone.
Oh, fair enough. I'll do that then. Right, attacking with advantage. A 2. Let's see if I can roll a 1. A 1.
No,
No way.
that's got to be statistically impossible. What I rolled literally a
You
1
rolled
and a
A
2.
1 and a 2, and I rolled a 2 and a 1.
Put those dice in the bin.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. And so I'll disengage.
Disengage.
So I'll run away.
You've just jumped over the banister and landed on the stairs.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, yeah, I can't go that way, can I? I'm gonna have to go that
All
way.
right, I see what you mean. Like, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
technically, you're still within 5 feet there, but I mean, I wouldn't worry about it.
Well,
Don't worry about it.
nah. I don't think it matters that much.
Have you not used a bonus act?
What else you got for us? Anything?
No, I can't do anything else.
No.
No, because I haven't hit, so...
I mean, you could, in theory. I mean, if instead of disengaging, you could, in theory, make a second attack.
Oh, because I've got my short sword, haven't I?
Yeah, you're still in its range, so you haven't disengaged.
Good point. Alright, I'll use my short sword, which is just 1d6, isn't it?
But you should have to
And I'll
roll to hit, yeah, but...
So that's the roll to hit. Okay, I'll roll with advantage to hit a 10 plus 6, that's 16, or a 3. So yeah, 16.
3. That hits.
Right,
Okay.
and I roll my d6, which is just 1d6.
Yeah,
A
but,
5.
but then you can still do your sneak attack damage as well, so that's another 2d6.
Oh, okay. So a 5,
5.
a 3, and a 2. So
Yeah.
10.
7 points of damage.
10 points of damage.
Top of what you've already done. Or
That's
altogether.
all I've done.
10
Okay.
total.
Lovely.
Yeah, 10 in total.
Awesome. Wicked. Anything else?
No.
Awesome. Crack-a-lackin'. So, Burr, that ends your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Scary Spider-Man turns around to Burr. He is very angry. It's like a kid's book, finally. He's going to make an attack on you. This time with something a little bit different. 18 to hit.
If he turns away, does that mean he's got a Does Milicent get an attack of opportunity for turning away from it?
Only if he leaves my range.
Only
Oh,
if he
he's
leaves
still-
your range. Okay.
I'll try to leave my range. Yeah.
So that
What did you roll, sorry, Sean?
23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. That hits.
So, Gather,
Only
big
just.
loads of web just comes rushing at you from inside the spider's little dangly mouthy thing.
Dirty
you-
bastard.
The target is restrained.
Spider is anatomically incorrect.
And what?
Burst of the web on a success.
I think web comes out their butt, guys.
Yeah,
Yep.
it does come out there, but
He didn't turn around. He just sort of.
He just shat on him.
I'm just going to read this out loud quickly, guys, and you can decipher it for me because I'm crap at this sort of stuff. The target, one creature, is restrained. Sometimes I get confused. The target is restrained by webbing. As an action, the restrained target can make a DC 12 strength check. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Bursting the weapon on the success. So that's on your next turn. You can roll. That's not immediately. You get to roll a check for it. Is that right?
No, yes.
Wait,
That's
you said
correct.
two things.
Sorry.
Is that a no or a yes?
Gav is restrained until he has another action.
Right, okay, yeah. So it will say that you're restrained, and then at the start of your turn or the end of your turn, you can make the action or something like that. It normally says.
okay.
Lovely. Okie doke. Sorry about that. Just wanted to. We're all learning. Lovely
Right.
stuff. So it's gonna do that and stay put. Milicent, you are up.
I'm trying to hit this thing. I believe that because you have restrained Gav, that no longer gives me advantage because he's
It's not a
actually
threat.
a threat. So
Cancel.
straight roll. Here we go.
Look at me doing.
Oh, it's cocked. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. I can't do maths for some reason. My brain 21.
Just,
Brain's just gone to shit.
that does hit. I've just read Sun sent his comment.
Yeah, I was smiling at that.
And yes, it's a Christmas special. Pock is in charge like a panto.
Accurate.
So that hits. Sorry, Milicent.
That is 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. Booyah!
Oh,
It
5.
is-
It's got to be
Looking
nearly
at
dead.
It is. It's things are getting quite hairy for the spider.
Okay.
I will
I
sorry, just to finish me.
Sorry.
whatnot, I'll endeavour to take my dagger out for the next turn, so I've got 2 weapon attack. Continue, Luke.
okay.
Does her scream impression? Droop, you're up.
I am going to do a barbarian thing called a reckless attack, which
Yeah.
means that I get to roll with advantage. Okay, that's all I'm going to tell you for now. I get to roll with advantage. So I am going to use my last dice fucks me over. I'm going to use the one that I got sent from Flash Fantasy that they made themselves, the unique dice, with my blood spatter dice, and roll a reckless attack.
Yeah.
You'll never guess what I just rolled.
2 and a 1.
2 and a 1. No, I rolled a 17 on both dice. Both dice came up 17. So that's 20 something to hit.
Lovely. That hits.
Brilliant. So that will be. Oh, nice. I rolled a 5 plus 3 plus 2. So another 10 points of damage. As Droop's just like screaming, and he just swings mass open blows, leaving himself open, shall we say.
The spider did not like that at all. Is that the end of your turn?
I got fuck all that I can do. However, it's just also just occurred to me that Milicent, you should be rolling with advantage because you're next to me.
Oh, because we're
Yeah, I've got like the totem of the wolf.
Well, you
roll a natural 20 now, double that damage. I didn't. There you go. It's all good.
lovely. Right. So, moving on, Burr.
But I need to roll something to get it out, do I?
You do, roll me a strength check if you'd like to try and break free from the webbing.
Right. 16.
16. Yeah, you managed to rip this webbing away from you. That is your action. So if you'd like to follow up with anything else that you've got, sneaky rogue you.
That means I can use my second attack, so I will attack.
A word for it. That's a brilliant thing about me, DM, and you can get away with fucking murder. Sure.
That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20, that hits.
Yeah, so then I shall roll my. I get 3 of these because I use my sneak attack. So, like before, a 5, a 2, and a 6.
As you bring, what are you using? Your rapier.
No, it's my short sword.
Your short sword. So is all that damage?
Yeah, 5, 6, and a 2. So it's
Like,
13.
Fucking scream at it as you bring down your short sword. Just as it touches the hair on its leg, the spider falls to the floor dead because it had one hit point left. Trim some hair off its leg and just collapses on the floor. It is finito, as they say in another language.
Can I take a piece of this spider to eat later, please?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Should you have explored the kitchen, what you would have discovered that on your plate was just a nice little what's the word? A smorgasbord of
And a moose bouche.
and a moose bouche of all the animals. Lovely. Right. Okay. So the door that you heard close when the spider appeared is the one that is to your very little southeast west.
What, so this one or this one?
That one that you clicked first of all.
This one. Right, come on in, guys, because we've only got like half an hour to finish this adventure. Let's go.
Yeah. Knock, knock, knock.
Knock.
Just
And Pock as well.
kick it down, Burr. We all know how good you are at kicking down doors. Do it.
I'm taking a run up.
Charge.
Right, roll me a
You want me to roll a strength check?
yes, please.
Okay. A 2, for fuck's sake. I'm going to need a hip replacement after this.
See Burr run up to a door and boom! And he falls flat back. He's prone at the minute. And,
Can I go up to the door and pull it? Oh God, man.
door opens towards you. But suddenly you hear roll me a dexterity check, please.
Can I see what's coming towards me?
Can.
Then
Who's got to roll the check?
everyone, I think.
Just Milicent and Burr, actually.
Oh,
at the
okay.
minute. You're all right, actually, Drew.
12.
Saving throw or check? Sorry.
Saving throw, sorry.
22.
22. Milicent sees it coming. There is a absolutely massive flight case of some very heavy metal things just galloping its way down the stairs. It was tied to the door handle on the inside. Milicent manages to jump out of the way, just sort of pushes Droop back on her, and you both fall prone. But you've just managed to get back up as you suddenly see coming towards you this fucking thing, and it just absolutely just smacks you in the face. It knocks you over. You are prone, but you don't take any damage from that.
Yeah.
Just lucky.
It is. I
Okay.
realise I'm now looking at the wrong trap, but
Well, it's the right bit for the movie.
They're lost.
right bit from the movie. I haven't got any damage written down for some reason, so we'll leave it as that. You're all flat on your ass, and this thing just glides down the corridor and smashes against the wall at the further end of the corridor.
Oh. Why? You little. Oh, yeah, little. I
Run out of quotes.
I don't know really Marv's quotes. Yeah. I know there's a joke about how like like he doesn't, like, for a gangster, like he doesn't swear or anything at all. He's just like a maniacal cartoon bad guy.
Well, that's quite interesting because that Movies That Made Us says about how Joe Pesci couldn't stop swearing on set, and he had to come up with that whole Muttley way of speaking just to stop himself swearing. Yeah. And everyone was shit scared of him as well.
Yeah, he terrifies me, to be honest.
Joe Pesci,
but he's so little.
Yeah, I know. I've seen him kill someone with a biro. So I mean,
oh right, yeah.
What film is that?
That was Casino, wasn't it?
Oh no,
Casino. Goodfellas is the one where he just stabs him with a big old knife in the boot of the car.
Goodfellas is the one where he's like, is that when he's like, am I funny? Am I a joker? Is this funny to you?
That's fucking funny. How am I funny?
Well, funny guy.
It is a pen in Casino. You're right. It's in the bookies, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just fucking destroys him with a pen, pops him in the eye.
Yeah, that's a crazy film.
Never seen it.
From
Very
the top
good.
stairs, you hear, my best Gollum again. Here he is. Watch out. It's the Gollum from the top of the stairs shouts, "Oh no, I'm really scared." Really sarcastically, that bastard.
I'm gonna kill this kobold. I'm just gonna. I'm like, this is not a PG-13 movie. I'm gonna string him up by his entrails. Let's go! Hey, yeah!
Are you in suit? I presume you are.
I was actually. Have we got eyes on him, or is he just hearing his voice?
You can just hear it coming up from the attic. You can just hear his voice and some footsteps.
All right, I will follow behind Droop, but I'll give it like 10 foot.
Lovely. For the sake of this, I'm gonna pop you all up.
Another map.
Another. Oh yeah. Now, there you go. Ignore the wall down the middle. We're gonna skip that because that might take some more time than I originally planned. Can you all see that? All right.
Yes.
You'll be able to move and whatnot. So up here, it's just an attic. There's lots of old belongings that have been in storage. At the far end, you can see a bed. There is no kobold in sight.
Clearly, he's hiding under the bed.
Let's get out there. Let's go.
Come here, kid. Kobold. Not gonna hurt you.
Kobold.
Come on, little kobold. Are you under the bed? I look under the bed.
You are. Look under the bed. Roll me an investigation.
This is my Home Alone Marv quote to Droop. He's only a kid, Droop. We can take him.
Investigation. I don't know what that is. Investigation, not perception. Investigation's an 11. Meh.
Lovely. It's completely empty under the bed. You see nothing at all. Roll me a perception check if you are very good at noticing things.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I am proficient in perception.
Are you proficient? Go on.
That'll be a 16.
16. You notice that just above the bed there is a window that is open.
Above the bed is a window that is open.
You need to stand on the bed.
Going out on the roof.
There's the zip wire.
There's a zip wire leading out to a tree.
What do I see at the tree?
As you look out the window, you see I'm on like several different maps at the minute. As you look out the window, right at the other end of it, there's a very large oak tree in the garden, and the zip wire leads deep into the shrubbery. And you hear a voice scream from the distance. Yeah, You better catch me. I'm going to call the police now.
You just went on with German.
Just like, I will call the police.
Oh, but Nazi. No. Kevin McAllister, the Nazi kobold.
Fucking hell. All of this to get here.
Okay. Right. I would like to.
Rage.
Right. Unlike the movie when they're all like slowly crawling across, I would like to try and zip line across by using like I think, what weapons have I got? I've got
Use your belt.
yeah, I could use a belt, but then my trousers might fall down.
That'd be interesting.
Did I? I'm fairly. I don't remember. Like I did say something. I'm sure I said something. Like in the very, very first episode when all the tools fell. I'm sure I said something about taking a crowbar.
Yeah, I think you did.
I think I did.
Yes, you did. You had a crowbar and a +1 stapler and a crowbar.
I use a crowbar to.
Lovely. So that'd be part. Right. So this is a different one. As you hoist yourself, holding on the crowbar, dangling your little legs from it, I would like you to roll me. Ooh, what do we think? Acrobatics.
Down with that.
Yeah.
Move. Roll me an acrobatics while I panic. Zoom through my notes.
15.
15.
A respectable roll.
A respectable roll, I would have thought. Sorry, 2 seconds. I do have something for this. I don't know where any of my notes are. Jesus Christ. Fuck, where have I put it? Ah, there we go. Lovely. As you are zooming down this thing, you can just see at the other end. It's you're beautifully like you're looking in awe as Droop is just masterfully zooming down this zip wire. Just for a check of how quickly you can do this, sort of how much you propelled yourself. Roll me a dexterity check. Roll me a dexterity check. We'll see how sort of how if you know how to travel fastly along this thing, or you're just letting gravity take you.
I rolled an 18.
An 18, lovely. You zip to it. At the other end, you just peek as you see a kobold standing there with some very large clippers, just about to cut this tripwire. But you beat him to it. You pushed off with such an immense speed. You burst through the window that's there, and you kick him across, and you knock him prone. You are currently standing in a treehouse. The rest of you, having seen this, I'll allow you a few seconds to decide if you want to do anything before we fuck around with some maps.
I'm going straight after him.
Yeah, follow.
I'll take my belt holster and.
Yeah. I'll zip
Bracket,
line it.
have a couple of acrobatics checks then. You can roll it with advantage because you've seen him file this out, so you're a bit cocky about it as well.
I rolled an 18, then 19.
Yeah.
22.
Gosh, look at you! Like it's like the Three Musketeers of the D&D world.
Okay, so I am thinking of I think it's Tango and Cash, Kurt Russell and Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
And they break out of the prison, and when they break out of the prison, don't they take like a running jump off of the roof and then like whip their belts round the wire and then
It's a long time since I've seen
line
that.
down the wire? That's what I'm thinking of.
Never seen it, but I've seen that bit.
I remember my mate John Williams asking my dad to buy him Tango and Cash in Woolworths in Chadwell Heath, and because the woman wouldn't sell it to him, and my dad was like, "Yeah, no worries," and he took it up to buy it, and the woman was like, "You're buying that for that boy, aren't you?" And she was like, my dad was like, "Yeah." So, and she was like, "You're disgusting. You'd probably buy him alcohol or cigarettes, wouldn't you, as well?" And he was like, "No, it's like a film. It's like a shit Sylvester Stallone and Kurt Russell movie. Honestly,
Wow.
fuck off." Yeah, she probably got ratty with him. It was well
That
funny.
film's absolutely fucking brilliant, though.
I haven't seen it in years.
I mean, like, as like 80s, possibly early 90s, but I think it's 80s action films go. It's brilliant.
I just remember whenever it was on ITV, they dubbed the shit out of it. And one of the classic one was when he goes, "Rambo is a pussy." He was like, he changed it to "Rambo is a primitive." It's just
There's a whole bit.
the
That doesn't work.
There's a whole bit in
Hello.
like the setup at the beginning when one of them, I can't remember which one, catches like a thief or a criminal, and they're on a roof, and he's pretending to like, he's like doing the bad cop, like, "I'm going to blow you up" or something. And I'm sure there's a bit of a grenade, and that was always dubbed as well, but I can't remember what it was.
I watched Kindergarten Cop the other day. That was on like in the afternoon at some point, and they'd cut so much out of it. I was like, Jesus, this is a kids' film anyway, but it was fucking awful. I mean, it was bad anyway, but
Nah, it's a classic.
That's it. They're
Who's your daddy and what does he do?
yeah, it was shocking.
Right, you are standing, Droop, above a prone kobold. I would like everybody to roll me, probably for the last time, some initiative, please. Copy number. Let's see.
That was 15. I can put that in myself. There we go.
Or the 8 that I've given you. That wasn't for you. There we go. Crack-a-lackin'. Bosh, lovely. So by the time you two get there, Burr and Milicent, you see Droop standing above the body of a kobold that's been knocked prone. So Burr, you are up first immediately.
Mm-hmm. So the kobold's been knocked cold.
So as Droop come through would Droop get any sort of? We see you coming, so you don't get a surprise round. But I suppose it's fair that we'll go with it. As Droop came through the window, he sort of kicked over the kobold, so it knocked him.
Okay, so he's prone.
So there's a prone kobold on the floor.
Okay, well, I'll go and attack non-lethal. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go up here. So then he's flanked and attacking non-lethal. That's a 2 or a 4. For fuck's sake!
I was about to say that if he's prone on the floor, you get advantage anyway. But like a 2 and a 4 is fucking shit.
A 2 and a 4 is awful. I'm going to throw these dice in a river.
After the day you've had, Burr, you've attempted to open 3 doors. None of it's worked. You've damaged.
I've danced when I didn't want to.
You've had a little dance. You didn't do too bad against a suit of armor, but you are officially fucked off. Nothing's going your way. You were meant to be going to a party, and this shit's.
This is it. Where are the other guests?
Oh well.
I guess you have a couple. You have a little swing at him, and you hit the flooring of the treehouse. Anything else you want to do?
That's it. I'm done.
Can do. Lovely. Droop.
I'm not going to bother disengaging.
Just stay there.
Okay. So let's have a look. Something very quickly. Cool. Okay, so rage. Advantage on strength checks and saves, and then melee damage bonus +2 and resistance, blah, 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 blah. So, I would like to... I'm going to rage, but then I'm going to jump on him while he's prone on the floor and attempt to grapple him, which is a strength check. So I get advantage.
Awesome.
I've got -2 to strength, but here we go. There's a bit of fun. Well, I rolled a 16, so 14. And it's an opposed check. That's how that works. So you would then strength or dexterity, so acrobatics or athletics opposed, beating whatever I just said, 14.
I'll go for a general strength, which is also a -2. What did you get?
I hit a 14.
He rolled an astounding final number, 2.
Yeah. So Droop is like raging. He's like, ah! And just jumps on him and pins him down to the ground. And is like, and then just kind of like shaking him. It's like, tell me where Pock is or I'll fucking fong you. Your entrails will become extrails.
Your insides are outside. Right, does that end your turn then?
That's my action, yeah.
He replies with,
Oh, this is my precious. Don't stop me. No, I'm sorry. And I didn't mean. I just want the gold. The precious things. Yes, in the treehouse. I'm sorry. I didn't mean any harm. Please don't hurt me. He's there. He's right there. No. Please let me go.
and he's going to use his action to just plead for his life. Let me see if he's going to make an attempt to break your grapple.
Yeah, so basically, like when it's someone's restrained, they get a condition.
Hang about. I have cunning actions. Can I use my action to disengage with your grapple? Does that work?
So no. Is it going to be in your? Did you put a compendium in here? You didn't.
No.
Okay, so I'll have to look it up in the book.
What do you want to know? Cunning action or
no? The restrained condition.
I can tell you, I've got it right here.
So I didn't bring up me. I've got like a digital DM screen on here, but I've not opened it.
Strange creature's speed becomes 0. It can't benefit from any bonus to its speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. The creature has disadvantage on any dexterity saving throws. You want to know how to break a restraint?
Yeah. So I think basically it's another opposed roll to break it. It's grapple is the rule.
Okay.
So I think it's just another would be another roll off, I think.
We'll do a strength versus strength.
Okay, grappling, combat.
When it gets complicated, I hand the DM him back over.
That's fine.
There you go. You can look it up. I don't understand.
Moving, flying, size, actions, attack, spell, dash, disengage, dodge, help, hide, ready, search, making an attack. Grappling. When you want to grab a creature or wrestle with it, you can use the attack action to make a special melee attack. A grapple, if you're able to make multiple attacks, you can do this. Replaces one of them. That's fine. So we did the first bit. It's an opposed roll. Escaping a grapple. A grappled creature can use its action to escape. To do so, it must succeed on a strength, athletics, or dexterity acrobatics check contested by my strength athletics check. So it's basically another roll off.
Okay,
and that would be its action, so it wouldn't be able to make an attack or anything like that.
I've already rolled mine, so I won't touch it.
Okay, so I'm still raging, so I get advantage on that strength. And this time I rolled a 19 minus 2, so 17.
Oh, I rolled a 17 minus 2, so 15.
There we go, so it stays grappled.
Perfect, lovely. And that thus ends its turn, begging for its life, as its sneaky ways have been discovered.
Sorry, I guess the grappled condition. So a grappled creature's speed becomes 0, can't benefit from it by speed. And that's it, its speed just becomes 0. So technically it can still do anything it wants.
It can still attack, can't it?
So it can still technically attack, yeah. It just can't move away. But you've used the action to try and break, so...
Yeah, now legendary actions, how do they work? Do they go on top of actions?
So legendary actions can typically be. I think normally they are used as reactions after the end of another creature's turn.
Okay, that's fine. They're nothing special. Don't worry. No, it's terrified. It's begging for its life, and that ends its turn. Milicent, decision is yours.
He said the Pock's over there, didn't he, or something?
Said something like that.
Can I see Pock?
Can't.
Is Pock inside the suit of armor?
I mean, I'll let the lads sort this out. I'm going to use my action to investigate where Pock might be if he's about.
Lovely. So where you looking?
I'll head over for the suit of armor. Why not?
Okay, roll me an investigation.
Yes, sir. Oh, lovely. 25.
25. So you reach over, and you start. Maybe try the helmet at first. Like take it off and see if you can see. And yeah, open it up, and there's just an empty gap where the head should be. And what's your what's your general intelligence?
Well, my intelligence is good. 16 plus 3.
16 plus 3, lovely. Well, this suit of armor's probably about 6 foot.
So really, Pock's okay. So I'll take the waist. Take the waist off.
As you take the waist off, there inside, tied up the suit of armor, there's your good old friend Pock with some. You're not sure what it is, but it looks like some silvery black tape across his mouth.
I will start to endeavour to release him, and that'll probably be the end of my turn. I don't think I have to do much more on that.
Yeah, that's it, done. So you pull Pock out, and he kind of lumps forward, and he's sort of semi-conscious. He's like, Kyle, thank you very much for coming. What's going on? Where am I? Why is it all dark? Why are you all here? Who's that? Where am I? Am I in a tree? Why am I in the tree? I've not been here. Is that all my stuff? What's going on? Are you Merry Christmas? Then he's very confused. He's very bewildered. Milicent, as that was your turn, we'll do a few more rounds. Hand that over to Burr, because we've still got the issue of a kobold.
Well, what do we do this kobold? We can't talk. Can we tie him up?
He's currently being restrained by a very, very angry goblin.
Yeah. Can I?
You've all got rope. You can.
Yeah. What can I do to tie him up?
Just tie him up. I'll let you have that.
I suppose you could make like a survival roll to see how well you tie him up and whether But
it's nearly 11. You tied him. I'll tell you what, Bert. I'll let you have something this game because
I've lost on everything else.
See Burr really now trying to make up for it, tying all these fucking wonderful knots. Really
once I've tied him up, can I use that feather in my hat to tickle his balls?
You absolutely can.
Perfect.
Lovely.
No, stop it. Stop it. Tickle.
So there's Pock. Guys, we'll end the initiative there. Oh, guys, you made it. Oh, thank you. What's going on? What's happened? It says, is that a kobold? Fucking kobolds.
Yeah, we got him for you, Pock. Are you okay?
Oh, thank you very much. I was just wrapping your presents, and I couldn't wait for your arrival, and I noticed that the kobolds, one of them tried to break in the other day, and he told me that he would be back when I gave him a little thunder wave up the arsehole. That soon got rid of him, and he was like he'll be back soon, and he did an evil laugh, and so I got a bit scared and decided to set the house up with lots of traps, but he must have. All I remember was wrapping your loot, Milicent, and then suddenly everything went dark.
Yeah, I've got a question about that. Why was the loot so enchanted that it might have killed us all?
Enchanted? Oh no! I will see. I've been learning some new spells, and I cast a wonderful little spell called I can't remember now, but I did look it up. It's just a lovely little spell that would make an animation come to life, and I thought you'd lovely if it picked it up and it played you a little song.
Was the spell called GIF?
I'm not sure. Maybe I bought it off the black market. You see, maybe there was something wrong with it. I'm not. What happened? Are you okay?
Have you got the receipt?
Fortunately not. No.
That's probably just as well. I think we smashed it anyway. We're fine. I appreciate the thought. We are fine.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
What day is it today?
It just so happens to be Christmas Day. Pock.
Oh, fuck
course.
me. Well, Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas,
Merry Christmas. Let's get pissed.
everyone.
Merry Christmas. God, Paylor bless us, everyone, or whatever that.
Does anyone fancy kobold for dinner?
Oh, well, look, everyone, follow me. I've got such a lovely festive treat inside, and he opens up a little hatch that leads to a ladder that goes down the corridor, and you all head inside, and you have a wonderful Christmas dinner with Pock, and your +1 stapler.
And do we all dance around it going, Hardy, holy, howdy, Christmas, hardy, ho, ha, he, la, ho, which is the best impression you're going to get of the song from the end of the Grinch. You're going to get, and of course, before we leave the treehouse, I basically wrap the rope that the kobold has been tied up with around his neck a couple of times and just chuck him out the window, and then we leave.
So as you're all sitting down around enjoying festive dinner, talking of adventures past and adventures maybe to come, you're all sitting there, and Pock goes, "Oh, I've bought us all a wonderful little Christmas present." And he hands out these envelopes, and he passes on. And as you all open them, it turns out to be four. How many of there are? 4 or 5 maybe tickets. To New York for next Christmas. And he goes, "I thought we could all go away on holiday together. I can't wait till next Christmas."
Very, very good, Shaun. Absolutely brilliant.
There you go. And do you know what? I even had another map that you didn't venture down to the basement, so because
I vaguely remembered seeing like some doors to the basement, but
I'll just pop it up for you, because otherwise
it's a waste.
no one will see the light of day. There's the basement.
Oh, lovely. What traps were in the basement then?
Oh, some wonderful things. Now, if you would have turned the light on because you couldn't see, then an iron would have caved your fucking head in. These top stairs on the outside were very slippery. The stairs on the inside had loads of nails through. And then if you would have got all the way down and landed yourself about 30 foot from the fireplace, it would have started spouting some fireballs at you.
That's fireballs?
Yeah.
Fuck
That would have been a TPK. Isn't a fireball 8d10 damage? Or something?
Yeah, something ridiculous like that. Yeah, it's like
Liquidated the absolute shit out of it. It was you would have been fine. It was just, it would have spouted some, like the angry whatever it is down in the basement.
yeah. Well, he's scared of it, isn't he? Because it's.
And there was a secret way to turn it off as well, but maybe we'll save that till next year.
Very, very good. Like, for you know what, everybody, this is Shaun's very, very first time ever GMing in these episodes.
I hand it back over to you guys pretty much.
No, mate, you've done such an amazing job. Like I've got a couple of years of experience, but you guys are only the second group I've ever GM'd. So I know Lisa's got experience, but I mean, before you joined this podcast. On episode 3, you had never played before, and that was 6 months ago. And you're GMing a semi-homebrewed adventure. Like, you have done a fucking cracking job, and I look forward to when you can do it again. Because you actually have written an entire homebrew adventure, which we were planning on getting together and playing like back in September. We never did.
Definitely one to do face to face, I think.
Yeah, and I can't wait. You've done a cracking job.
Yeah.
I'm quite happy to be able to hand over the torch and give up the role, GM. That's been brilliant. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Shaun.
Yeah, cheers, Shaun.
Thank you very much. And Merry Christmas, everybody. Yeah, God bless us, everyone. All of that nonsense. Let's zoom into that so people can see that.
Can I just? I need to ask this question. Have you guys seen Home Alone 1 recently?
Yeah, like last week.
Right at the end, when Kevin says that I've got nothing in the house, when they've all come back from Paris and they've all flown home. He goes, I've got nothing in the house. He's like, I went shopping. I got detergent and milk. And then the dad comes in and goes, what else have you been up to while we've been away? And he says, just hanging around. And the dad goes, what a funny little guy. That is the weirdest fucking lock of dialogue in any part of that. Like, whose dad says, oh, funny little guy? Sorry. I was thinking about that scene all through the last 5 minutes of the game, thinking, is Shaun going to give me an opportunity to say, just hanging around?
You know what? I've been meaning to watch it. And I've not. If I'd have had a chance, there'd have been so many more quotes. I
was like, the fuck is that about? It's so weird. But anyway,
I tell you what. One thing that it didn't quite pan out as I'd planned, just before we all go to bed, was in this room here, the room with the mirrors. I had a wonder little thing that I found in this really old D&D book, and I was like, oh, that'd be fun. And I'm kind of glad it didn't work out because I haven't got you there.
We would have been here all night.
Yeah, pretty much. So Gav, I just want to say, the door that you couldn't get through. If you stood on the pressure plate immediately behind the door, that one there, the door would have opened.
Yeah.
So if you'd have stood there, it would have come out.
Right.
But there was a lovely little basilisk hiding behind one of these mirrors, waiting to pounce. Each one of them had like a mirror, a minor illusion spell on it. Cool.
So I was thinking, when he first went in there and the door locks, I was like, well, it's either going to be like a mimic, like in the chest, or like you're going to have to smash the mirrors, or something's going to come out in the mirrors. Like there's definitely something to do with them. Yeah, but for time.
I thought when I opened the door on the other side that Burr wouldn't be there, and then when he opened the door, he'd be somewhere else.
Oh, that would have been amazing. You open the door and he's not there, and as you go in, Burr's inside one of the mirrors. Or that would have been. Whoa!
Keep that one for later adventure.
Yeah.
Free.
That would have been cool.
I don't charge.
I think you found pretty much everything else. I don't think there was much missing.
Yeah, I mean, I think there was. Looks like there's another 2 rooms, but I mean, I'm sure it was.
You know what? I think there were toilets. I think.
Yeah,
I don't think
and the basement, obviously. But I mean, like, it's one of those things. Like, there's a lot of traps. That's what the encounters were, rather than fights. Like, if we'd,
you're not going there, so let's bang it in.
Yeah, we were just like, bang, let's just go through the front door. But if we, like in the film, but if we'd been like, let's go around the back, then like we would have experienced other stuff. But no, it was.
A split party at one point. I wasn't too sure if you was all going to go together or split up.
Part of me thought about it, like right at the very beginning. I was like, okay, so maybe I should just like one of us goes around the back and but because that's what, of course, what happens in the film. But then I'm thinking as a D&D player, like, don't fucking split the party. Let's just go through the front door. But it was really, really good. I really appreciate the break that you've given me. We will talk offline, but I'm kind of thinking like real world time, 15th of December. The next 2 weeks are kind of Christmas and New Year's holidays. I'm kind of assuming that we'll probably take a break recording and meet back up in January. I mean, to be fair, there's no reason why I couldn't play next week.
I can't do Tuesday, but any other day, pretty much, I'm fine.
I think I'm working until about 6.
Yeah, I think we at least next week we'll take the week off for the few of you that do join us in the stream. We'll take next week off. Maybe the week after Christmas, or maybe the week after New Year's.
I think between Christmas and New Year, we all just kind of want to hang out.
Exactly.
A little We could play some Jackbox games rather than playing D&D and just hang.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it might be. Yeah, maybe just do something. Just like, again, no offense to our listeners, but maybe just do something for us rather than.
I think podcast-wise as well, looking at what's happening in the next few weeks, I think it's probably going to be a break from where we've left off now. And then what I'll do is I'll find a few days to catch up and then release a catch-up episode maybe back in the new year before we start again, just to get us back on track.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the last episode was the episode that I fucked Pock up for all of the orcs. And obviously Pock survives. Oh, spoilers, because of course people don't know what's happened, and then they're hopefully going to get these Christmas episodes not knowing what's happened. So obviously Pock survives because here he is a year in the future.
Or is it?
Or is it?
Could be his twin.
Yeah,
I'm
who
desperate to get
knows?
into a game. Troll.
Troll.
Pock and Troll.
But yeah. So we've had, because of this, and because Shaun's been working really, quite a lot on various different projects. The main show's had a bit of a break, so that's why. If you're wondering why, I probably should have put stuff out on Twitter and stuff, but no one actually really pays attention to anything I post. So
I was only deciding that now, to be fair.
well, I mean, you didn't release an episode last week, and you haven't released one this week, so I kind of just figured that you just had a break. But that's fine.
I just forgot, to be honest, and didn't have time.
Here I am covering for you. Like, he's been busy, he's been working, and he's just like, I just couldn't be fucking bothered, to be honest. Just fuck you guys.
Under the beard, I can't really make any sense of anything. So, fuck it, we're on a break until New Year.
So if you want to know, if you think to yourselves, you know what, we've been listening to this show now for a couple of months. They've really helped me get through lockdown and through COVID, and they've really brought a smile to my face. I really wish that I could give something back to them as it's Christmas. Do us a favour, follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook at Show D&D, or just search for the Dice and Die, basically Dungeons and Dragons podcast, Instagram. But more than that, give us a review. Go to iTunes would be the best place, but otherwise Stitcher. There's a great website called Podchaser which you can review us on, or just any old app, whatever you use, Podcast Addict, any old app. Give us a review, as that really would kind of give back to us a little bit. It shows us that it's just nice to see. It really kind of makes it all worthwhile, and also it does help attract new listeners to the show. And if you do so, I shall read it out for you, just like this person, Rhino1404, who says, brilliant D&D general chat pod, 5 stars. I think I've read this one out before, I am sorry. He says, I love a D&D podcast, but it's really nice to find other British creators interested in the hobby. Really enjoyed the first episode and would recommend it to anybody else. I'm actually starting to run out of reviews, so we need some more. We need more reviews. Come on.
I'll add some more.
I think some of my students have stumbled across the podcast.
Oh no!
Stumbled, or have you pointed them in the direction?
A little bit of both, because one of my students started their own podcast, and as I was chatting to them about our one,
Here's how it's done.
I didn't tell them where to go, but they found it.
Oh, brilliant!
Because I think I probably shared something on Instagram, and they figured out what my Instagram was. Blah blah blah. Anyway, long story short, we've got a few more listeners probably.
That's brilliant. Yeah. You know what? Considering the fact we've not released an episode in 2 weeks, actually our numbers are still looking all right. I'm quite impressed on downloads. So obviously new people are finding us and downloading some of the back catalogue. I won't go into detail now, but we had a great review this week. Actually, a really good review come through. But I'll save that for when I get to it, because I'm going in sort of chronological order on the show. But people are reviewing, and we really, really do appreciate it. And as I say, it really does help drive those numbers, because the more reviews we've got, the higher, like I say, when some people are searching, we appear higher up in, the more reviews, the more comments we've got on the apps, the more likely we are to appear in those searches for new listeners. And I say it all the time, you guys listen to us for a reason, so share the love, tell your friends, tell your gaming groups, about us.
I've also told about 300 kids this month as well, so
yeah,
should be on that.
Father Christmas. I was Santa Claus like.
Now Santa takes part in a little podcast. Now don't listen to the start, because he gets very angry about the Tories, the cunts. But what would you like for Christmas? Have a listen in.
This is it. Yeah. Probably best not to let your children listen to it, but. Anyway, on that note, guys, love you all. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Hope you
Merry
get what you
Christmas.
want. Peace and love to all man.
And women.
And women. And everybody else in between.
And
whoever you
non-binary.
This is it.
Everyone.
Everyone. Or, you know.
Whatever pronoun you choose to be.
Yeah. And be safe. You know. I think it's been a while since I said that. I used to say that all the time. Be safe, you know.
What was the little thing we come up when it like stay safe, roll high?
Yeah, that was it. Those first,
never die.
those first months, yeah.
Dice never dies. Stay safe, roll high. That's
Right.
a Christmas jumper. That one.
That's the one. Peace out, guys. Look after yourselves. Thank you very much for joining
Bye.
us this evening.
Bye.
Bye.
Merry Christmas.